bilateral, absolutely has it made the transition and piggybacked onto the spinothalamic tract. It accesses now the pain pathways and therefore it blasts the part of the brain, which is why it's encoded as burning pain. And central sensitization is a key component of that. And as Tony said, we recognize now that this descending pain modulatory system that's old brain, and we don't have it for any other sensory experience we have, but for pain, because of the importance to control what pain you have, so you have the pain that's appropriate for the situation you're in, we've had the whole of evolution to fine-tune this system, to wire it up exquisitely to other higher order structures, such that you can tune and control exquisitely what nociceptive processing is going on here, so you control what's allowed in and you control the experience of pain. And again, there's the good and the bad arm of that, and as Tony said, we recognise now this pro-nociceptive arm, this facilitatory arm, seems to be the thing that holds this central sensitization there, therefore maintains these persistent pain states. And again, if you haven't read this paper, I really urge you to read it. It's a beautiful study done by Frank Parecka, where he, in a causal way, which we can't do with imaging studies because they're always correlative, partly because ethically we can't obviously lesion bits of the brain, sadly. But in these animal studies, you've got a little bit more liberty to go to a more causal explanation of what's going on. And what he did here is take two big strains of rats. Let me just show you the actual data. This is pain behavior here, two different strains in red and blue. He took big numbers of rats because one of the odd things about the literature which people kept observing was, why is it that every single preclinical animal study, particularly post, say, some nerve injury, all the rats almost develop neuropathic pain, whereas you know your patients don't all develop persistent neuropathic pain. And the worry was that was a report bias, that people just published the data on the data where they'd made the conversion. So what Frank did is take huge numbers, two different strains,